Thank
And
you, Ranjini, for inviting me, and it's a privilege to be here.
yeah, so let me tell the audience, like, you're my fastest guest to the podcast. I
Really?
think शायद हमें एक ही हफ्ता हुआ है मिले, but we have done so many things in between, and like no fast track में ना speed में हुए चीजें.
Sometimes actually it is like it has to, it's aligned. Something
Hmm.
has to happen, it just happens. Otherwise, if it doesn't have to happen, it'll never happen.
Yeah,
So
and
you
that's the
also quite a fast action taker. So I also like I'm also the same way. Like, okay,
yeah. So
let's do it. Like, and
yes,
if
yes.
you keep thinking about it, then you never get down to doing anything, right?
So I think that's where our vibe is actually matching. कि
Exactly.
सोचा न कर लिया.
Right, right.
So welcome, Rukhsana, and the topic is amazing, very close to what I have. I always advocate, like owning your genius, being authentic, and no be no use your personal power. Like you have got it with you, just acknowledge and honor that. So this is the topic. So before we run into the questions and rest of the conversation, I want you to introduce yourself, let my audience know कि आप कहाँ से join कर रहे हो, what do you do, and little bit about your background. So go ahead.
So yeah, I'm Rukhsana, as you know. I'm from Bangalore, and I'm a creative storyteller, copywriter, and content creator. And mainly, much before all that is like a part of the work that you do. But I'm like I believe in building community, so especially of women entrepreneurs. And I try to empower women who, especially midlife women,
Hmm.
who are so talented, and I feel that they need a little bit of push and empowerment. And they many people they I mean many of them, they want to start something, but they don't know where to begin. So and they can really make a deep impact. And because of their knowledge and the years of experience, they can really make an impact. So I want to really empower those women to come forward and use their innate you know uh, passion and interest, and convert it and monetize their talent, and make an impact in the world at the same time.
Yes. So you and me speak the same language, so I don't have to introduce myself because I pretty much do the same thing. So today the conversation focuses on you. So let's continue with your story. So when was that turning point for you? Like you decided like you are going to venture into coaching. You wear multiple hats. So now
Yes.
with your LinkedIn profile, I can see there are so many things. But why coaching, and why? No, what was that spark that you said now it's the time?
There wasn't any, just actually from the beginning I always wanted to be, I mean, from the time I got married. In fact, I got married immediately after graduation, so I didn't have much time to do after anything after graduation. So I
Mm-hmm.
came to Bangalore, and I didn't know anyone here. So I didn't know what to do. Like there was so many responsibility, like after you get married and things. So I could not take up a 9 to 5 job as such immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So the best thing you can do is like become an entrepreneur, right? So I did like I said that, okay, and I come from a family of entrepreneurs. Like my dad was a businessman, my husband is a businessman, my father-in-law, everybody is a business into business. So like it wasn't something that it ran in the family in a sense, in a way. So then like I thought that the best thing I could do is like I found that there was a niche in Bangalore to get designer clothes, you know.
Mm.
So initially, I just started this, fashion designing, and made, clothes, and conducted exhibitions on over the weekend, and just started. And then in that, you know, we progressed. I met another good friend. I made a friend, and then we partnered together. She was also doing the same thing, so we thought that both of us are doing similar things. So why not just collaborate and make it into a single entity? So we
Mm.
both, joined together with her stuff and my stuff, and then we did it together for a couple of more years.
Mm.
And then, like, I was into the motherhood very soon.
Yeah.
So I had to put a pause to that. And meanwhile, the big brands had entered, and the mall culture was just, I'm talking about late 1980s.
Hmm.
Okay, when I started, there were no malls and this culture was not there, so you could do. But then the, bulk manufacturing and the costings and all were not working out for us doing it individually because we had to pay our tailors separately. There was a big issue. So then I was also in, then in in a family way. So we thought that let's pause it at now present. Let's see after some years we'll again see what to do and all. We conducted fashion show also in between.
Okay.
There were these Bangalore models, and I mean, we were very enterprising. So we both had real fun, and at the same time, we had great fun doing what we were doing, and made a profit also. But then again, it everything came to a pause, and then over the years, like two children, I prefer to be a stay-at-home mom.
Hmm.
So, but at the same time, wasn't that I wasn't doing anything. Like I was doing, I became a ICICI Prudential insurance advisor, which you could do sitting at home and making calls and just something like that. I did it for another 6 years and all. Till actually the children grew up and flew the nest. then, then I said that okay, now let me step out of the house. Like I was like everything what I was doing is like being a home, and I was
Hmm.
a very outgoing person. Wanted to
Yeah.
meet people, like and unless you make go out and see what's going on in the world, I just wanted to do something. In fact, I said it. I want to take up a 9 to 5 job. Like nobody in my family was doing anything 9 to 5, but I said I want to experience that.
Okay. Wonderful.
So I just like connected with somebody in a software firm, a startup which was happening here very close to my the I didn't want to travel very far away from home so that whenever required I could come back home, that kind of distance. So I found a nice company, and I walked in there, and they interviewed me and all those things. I went through the rigmarole of interviews and all, and like that was I was just I was just about to turn 50 that age, and I got myself a job as an admin and HR.
Wow.
For
Wonderful.
6 years, I was, I mean, I was there till I think more than 6 years. I was there, and then COVID happened.
Hmm.
But over the period where I was working as an also, admin and HR, I learned a lot on the job. Like I met these young dynamic people,
Hmm.
and I never pretended to know everything.
Hmm.
I was always a work in progress.
Very nice.
And I always say when I didn't know, I would, and these youngsters, they were such wonderful people in the company that they were ready to teach me. Like of course I knew about computers and operating, but they were all software engineers, so they had better knowledge than I was basic knowledge of computers.
Hmm.
But all on the job, like I had a very open mind. I kept a very open mind, and it was like really mingling with everyone, and I was learning on the job constantly. So I had no experience being an HR, but then everything, like I was asking a lot of questions, and then that's how you learn, right? Unless don't ask questions, nobody will tell you. So you don't have to pretend to know anything. You just take the leap.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, I want to know, like, no, you have mentioned the decades to demand. So, what does that stand for you? Like,
Yeah.
what does that mean for
That
you?
was that's a very powerful line. What I mean is like people. I mean many women especially, and in fact generally also, when you're out of touch and you're thinking you're not doing anything, but those decades are not being wasted. You are
Yes.
always gathering the experience of life, and that same experience of life and your relationship and the way you handle that same thing comes to use when you do anything in your life, right? So then you find out that what that decade when you were thinking that you are not doing, but you were gathering so much knowledge, and you have become so much wiser. So
Hmm.
what is that that genius that you have in you, that talent that you have in you? What is that you can bring into the table, to the
Hmm.
table, bring onto the table to help and empower somebody else, like
Hmm.
So it's like time is never wasted, you know. And
Hmm.
while I was like staying at home, I was in my free time when the children would be at school or something, you know. I was a voracious reader.
Hmm.
My reading has never, even till date, like it has never stopped. I continuously read something or the other, you know. So
Hmm.
reading gives you like the whole wide world opens up, you know,
Yes,
to you.
absolutely.
So you broaden your horizon so much, you know. So that's what I mean that those decades that you have accumulated all the knowledge and
Hmm.
convert that into the demand that currently people need you. People, there are people who need what you know, and
Yes.
you can teach that to someone and empower someone, make an impact. You know,
Yeah.
so there is
So
always demand for your knowledge because what
absolutely.
you know, some point what you know and think that it's no not a big deal, but it may be a big deal for someone else, right?
Yes, yes. So, how or where do you train in terms of the mindset? Because it's a big mindset shift to really realize, acknowledge, honor, and really, own it up and share it with the world. So, no, if somebody is making that shift, like the way you turned your decades into demand, it's like coming from your life. But what kind of mindset shift you would recommend is needed to do such a thing?
First of all, you have to have that zeal in you to do something, right?
Hmm.
If you are thinking that I don't want to do it, then but still communication is very important. If you communicate to another, even if to your best friend or somebody in the family whom you trust, you communicate what you are feeling inside. So
Hmm.
to change your mindset, first thing is you need to communicate, right? Without
Hmm.
that first communication, nobody can help you in thinking another point of view. Like you are stuck in a single point of view and you're in your thoughts, but to hear somebody else's point of view, you need to come out of that
We're
shell
talking
of
about
yours.
it.
You have to break that pattern, and once you come out, and they have a discussion with another person,
Hmm.
and that is where the coaching comes in, because as a you have already coached so many people, so you have experience with different kinds of people, right? So you have formed a pattern that how it goes.
Yeah.
So if you come to a proper place and a proper, like, you need to explore. If you really want to do something, you need to explore, because there is a overwhelming of knowledge.
Hmm.
Well,
Information.
every day there are coaches, cropping up and all. But you need to find genuine people who can actually who care for you. We will care for you. It's not always about the fees and the money and all. Who genuinely care for you and who want to see your transformation.
Hmm.
Because if you help somebody and see them transform, that makes you feel also so much better. It's
Yes.
like giving, making a difference.
Yes. It
So
is a fulfilling experience to
you are
really.
fulfilled, and at the same time you are making an impact, right? You're changing a pattern. Somebody, especially women, they come out and when they express themselves and suddenly they are blooming, and to see that is like so, it's like you get a high that okay,
Yeah.
you
Yeah, it's like seeing our babies shine,
yeah,
right?
it's like
So
giving birth.
yeah.
It
So
is painful, but then the end result is so good.
yes, and you have been talking about personal branding, like off late in our previous conversations. And how do you help, people, or what's your philosophy around personal branding and the authenticity that we are already talking about it? So how that can help them stand out?
Yeah,
So,
first of all, yeah, I mean, being authentic is extremely important. You
hmm,
can't just fake it, because if you fake it, it will not last,
hmm,
right?
true,
So first be authentic. Bring out you bring out your own story, whatever it may be.
hmm,
I mean, there are people who listen. They love to hear stories. They
yes,
don't want only those jargons, those technical jargons. Nobody wants that. That they can get it on the internet from anywhere, And
hmm,
when they hear your personal story, that is so important. So
Hmm.
personal branding is actually being yourself. And plus, be how do you be visible? Because people, unless people know about you,
Hmm.
I mean, you need to be, you need to be visible. So right now, it has become in this day and age, with the platforms that are available, the visibility factor has become so easy.
Hmm.
Earlier, it would be like you would be spending so much of money to, create an ad and put a something in the magazine or a newspaper or ad or something. But now, you come out on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram, and to be visible, like, it's become so simple.
Hmm.
So that, just create something and
Hmm.
be visible. Like if you're, and as I said, no, everybody's a genius,
Yes.
but you need to know what is your innate genius. What are you good at? Some people are creators, they like to create, but they don't want to be visible. So you
Hmm.
have to collaborate with the right people, like somebody who's a people's person,
Hmm.
somebody who's got a fire personality, so you need to collaborate to, make your product or services visible to the
Available through them.
available to the. And some people are very good at weighing the pros and cons of the right time, and so you see, I mean, to become an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, it's a very, I mean, slow progress. So if
Hmm.
you collaborate with the right, build the right team of people around you, collaborate with the right people, you know and everybody is there, they can grow with the knowledge and the expertise of the other person. If one person is a creator, the other person could be a good marketer, another person can be
Yeah.
good evaluator, and they can weigh they can be good in finances.
Yes.
You need these people who will take care of it, so you can concentrate on your own genius,
Hmm.
right?
True. True.
So I feel that collaboration is very important now to
So.
grow. If you want to really exponentially grow
Hmm.
continuously, you need to collaborate. You can't do, if you start doing everything by yourself, like for in your business also, Ranjini. I don't think you will be doing everything yourself, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
will be delegating work to other people, right?
Yeah.
So, who are good at what they do.
Absolutely.
Because if you start doing all those things, then where will be a time for you to think of the business and to think of the next strategy,
Yeah.
right?
So I remember early days, no, I had to really buy that time for my creativity, and I can't be doing everything. I remember we started during Corona, and that time we didn't have any house help, everybody at home taking care end to end and building a business. It was like too much. But yes, there are times challenging, but
When you
that is
start,
it.
of course, see, when you start, you are alone. But
Mm.
in the course of that, you meet people whom you
Yeah.
can actually delegate some work, and they also benefit because it's a win-win situation, right? And your work is done faster.
Yes. So remember you have written a book as well,
Yes.
and it's available on Amazon. So could you please little bit share about that book? What is the
Yeah, it was
framework?
written during COVID time, with I was just I was thinking, actually, it didn't just come out, that I want to write. It was there at the back of my mind to write a book, but that time I was, and another thing before I go to my book, I want to share is that for the listeners, that you have to continuously evolve in learning
Hmm.
new, because learning never ceases. Because nowadays, with the advent of technology and the progress that is happening every day, the world is changing. Like,
Hmm.
earlier it would take decade, from the telephone line to come to a mobile, it took decades, like,
Yeah.
from those days. But now every day or every
Things are
month there
changing.
is the progress is happening. So you have to be continuously learning new things. So whatever I was also learning digital marketing, because
Yeah.
I thought that I mean, after the COVID, then there were no, I mean, job, like there was no admin and HR job, everybody was working home. I said that I need to upgrade myself. Like, what is happening,
Yeah.
right? So, how do you market yourself? Like, you want to do something, but how do you do it? So, I learned digital marketing, and then I also joined an edtech company. Like, you have to invest in yourself.
Yes,
So
continuously.
unless you invest in yourself, you cannot progress because you have to learn the things which when you don't know, you don't know, right? So,
Right.
and you don't know what you don't know. You, you
Yes.
also don't know what you don't know. So like you need to, uh, keep upgrading yourself, learn new skills, and then take what is best. With that, and how you can make use of those skills in your business.
Hmm.
So I learned. While I was doing this digital marketing course, like my mentor, uh, he just he said that I'm doing a challenge of
Hmm.
writing a book in 1 month's time. You know,
Oh, okay.
every week you will be. I mean, not even 1 month. In the
Hmm.
course of 2 months, like every week, you will be writing a chapter of your book.
Hmm.
So I just joined the challenge, without thinking.
Okay, okay.
Wasn't there a light bulb moment that I want to write a book? So I just took up the challenge because I knew that I wanted to write something, but and those days there was no I mean I'm talking about 2020, 2021. There was no chat GPT or any
Hmm.
AI, generative AI or nothing. So we had to really do our own
Sit
research
and
and
write it.
write it ourselves. So I joined the challenge. So in that enthusiasm, this book was written. In
Wonderful.
fact, now when I go back to like revisit my book, I mean, I have progressed so much, and I've got so much more clarity than what I had at that time. I want to revise my book and rewrite it.
Definitely. Now it will be much easier with the AI. You can simply
There are so many
regenerate
things I want to add which I hadn't, thought about it at that time, and now like I feel that it's high time that I revisit that book and revise it and make a fresh edition of it.
Great. So, Rukhsana, if someone, as people are listening to this conversation and they're really thinking where to start, begin the journey of evolution, what would be your first step or the advice, like where they can get started with the first step? So, what would you advise them?
I would first advise that first, like you think of all your skills that you can, really, whom can you help
Hmm.
with your skills? Like, what do you want to be? Like, like that ikigai, the
Yes.
Japanese concept. Like, what are you good at? What are you passionate about?
Hmm.
Yeah. And what are you in that passion? Like, you are passionate about, like, say, 10, 15 things. There are 10 things. So, jot it down.
Hmm.
And then, like, say, suppose you write 10 things, like, these are your passion. You are passionate about 10 things. Then, what is your priority? Reduce it to five. And then,
Hmm.
those five, again, prioritize and reduce it to, like, say, two or three. And
Hmm.
then select one from there.
Hmm.
Finish it. Select one that this is what you really want to do first. I mean, you want to fulfill all the 10, but this is the first thing you want to do, right? So like,
Yes.
pick up that particular thing. And I mean, if you are lacking certain skills to, fulfill that, learn that in the thing, learn that. And then, like, what are you good at? What are you passionate about? What the world needs? Is there a demand for it? Like,
Hmm.
just can't. At the same time, when you're selecting your passion, you also think that the demand side, because if there is no demand, there's no point in, you know,
Hmm.
doing something when the people are not going to. So find out, like, do some research. You need to really read up and look up and do some research. And now it's easy. You can just
Yeah, there's a lot of
ChatGPT
tools.
work. You can
AI
ask
will do all the
ChatGPT
work
that
for
this is
you.
what you know and who could be your customers and where can you find your thing. Everything is become easy now. So find out what is the demand, what the world needs, and what is good for the environment also. Like, don't do something which not going to be beneficial to the mother earth, kind of.
Yeah,
you know you have to
absolutely.
always keep that sustainability factor in mind. So what the world needs, and whether that what the world needs, and how can you monetize your passion. That is
Yes.
also important, because without monetizing, then you will not feel that enthusiastic to do
Motivation
something.
will die soon.
Yeah, it'll die soon. The passion will really phase out. Like, so these are the things to keep in mind. Keep the ikigai, Japanese figure in mind, and work that out first. That
Mm.
what is it? What do you want to do? What are you good at? What the world needs? Is there a demand for it? And whether you can monetize it.
Hmm.
And how do you monetize it is the way, like, you have to like how the people who, the lari walas, who sell the vegetables, they shout out. So
Mhm.
here you have to shout out to the in the digital world that this is what you're doing. Make
Absolutely.
a great profile. Like LinkedIn is a great group, actually, great platform where
Mhm.
you can actually, your banner, and how to, I mean, there's a whole process of actually, but then only with making the banner and sitting tight is not going to, people are not going to come to your doorstep. You have to really make, keep posting, be visible, be consistent.
Yes.
And these are the things which will actually bring visibility and followers, and then answer. And there are join, the thought that thought leaders and some great group where which group is relevant to you. Join the group and start answering people,
Mm.
who are asking questions which are relevant to your niche.
Mm.
So start answering, give value. Basically,
Yeah.
try and give as much of value. Initial stages, try and give as much of value free of charge. I mean, you know, you just give value. So then people will say, oh, I mean, he or she is really knowing about this topic. And then they would probably, connect with you and reach out to you. And giving value is very important, and
Yes.
authenticity, authentic value, you are really mean what you say.
Invested in
Yeah,
serving them, right?
correct, correct. So build that trust. So they'll trust you with it, and
Hmm.
have a lot of, how do you build trust?
Hmm. So I want to know, Rukhsana, like where people can find you.
I'm very much active on LinkedIn.
Mhm.
And later on, Ranjini, you can put my LinkedIn link there.
Yes, yes.
Then even I will uh, my website link also, you can uh, give it there. And you will actually DM me anytime. I'm available. And I'm also there on Instagram and Facebook, but I'm most active on LinkedIn.
Perfect. So, all the people who are watching, listening this live or on a replay, you want to connect and learn more from Rukhsana, how her journey is, inspiring and contributing to her community and beyond. Like, she's still, age is just a number.
Yes, I
She's
would like
still
to say
learning.
that,
Yeah.
yeah, age is just a number, because the, you know, nowadays, like 50s and 60s are the new 30s and 40s, because with the advance of medical, technology, you
Hmm.
may have another 30, 40 years. What are you going to do? I mean, if you think that life is over, and imagine you doing nothing for the next 20, 30 years, like how would you, you will, it won't in, it'll
Scary.
affect your health also. Like
Think also.
the brain drain will happen, that is a separate thing, plus it will affect your health, and that decay will happen. So to prevent decay, please do something,
Yes. So,
make it, use your knowledge, the
yeah, yeah,
wisdom,
absolutely. And most important, monetize it.
monetize it. And so much wisdom and knowledge you have, like you need to really put it out there and help someone with that.
So, final question, Ruxana, like, what would be a daily routine or a ritual that you follow? Like, we need to keep up with the motivation because entrepreneurship is not, someone said linear, like life, it
No, no, no,
has its own.
you need to block your time. And very important, actually, I don't, to get up early is, I feel, very important, because the few hours of the day when you have with yourself, like no phones,
Hmm.
no technology, no computers, no phones, just by yourself, thinking with a tea or coffee in hand. There's thought processes, because when you allow your mind to be, engulfed with too much noise, the core thing that you need to think will not come to you.
Hmm.
So give your me time, you know, and block your family time, everything. See, do,
Yeah.
because balancing is very important, because you can't be just working, 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 all, as they say, all work and no play will make you a very dull person.
Yes, yes,
You
yes.
need to block your family time, your, lunch time, whatever, actually. what I do is I've done everything on my Google Calendar. Lunchtime, okay, and you have whole meetings. Dedicate a particular either morning or evening hours for meetings. Like say you're having meetings between like say after 5 to 7 or 8, 9. Like those hours when you're free totally. And or if you want to do it in the morning, then dedicate those hours for meeting and the
Mhm.
evening hours for strategy. Thinking what next to do, and doing the other stuff which is recovered, like and posting. You need to write your blog and newsletter. I run a newsletter on LinkedIn also. Blogging, newsletter, writing, or speaking to your team members. So block all these times, so you have like how it is like when you brush your teeth, like how it comes naturally to so when you have done this and you consistently do it, it will come as natural as brushing your teeth.
Yes, yes.
And include exercising, mindful eating. Health is important. You can't be sitting in one place. So overall, for overall development, keeping all these things in mind is very important, especially for midlife women and my
Yeah.
age women. To be a mindful eater is very important. And uh, doing some physical exercises, if you can't go out, like you can do yoga, and there is so many things you can. I sit at home and do it if you can't go out much. So
Yes.
being actually consistent and keeping in mind all these things will really, give you a mental space to think and strategize and do something,
Execute as well.
execute. Yeah,
So prioritization and really setting up your priorities all holistically. It's not just
holistically.
business,
And
family,
balancing family life is very important too. Okay, oh, now is the time to do so. I will, take care of my family after I'm done with that, because that day will never come. You are never done with it, because more and more will things will
keep
keep coming
adding,
onto your
adding
list.
in the list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it will keep adding to your plate, and at that time, and if you are having young kids and all, then those kids will grow up, and you would miss the entire childhood, and then when the kids grow up, they don't want to be with you. So
True.
very important to give family time,
Yes.
and time to your spouse and everybody in the family.
Yeah. So it was amazing. Like we spoke in length, and there's so much common in both our work as well as our philosophy.
I think,
So
Rajni, if we go on, it'll never
yeah,
end.
we can speak for another few hours if we can keep going.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I would look forward to do a book review with you, which we have already planned, and maybe we'll see it soon in the coming weeks. So really enjoyed having this conversation. It's always great to have a beautiful soul and their journey that inspires and contributes.
Thank you so much for inviting me here and giving me this platform to actually speak about, things that are so much important to me and, in my mind.
Mm.
And it's like thanks to you for bringing, because I'm like I wouldn't never have got done. So this thing, yeah, and you mentioned it, and like it just happened, and I'm glad that it has happened this way.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I'll see you soon in another calls, and take care. Have a great weekend and
Thank you,
take care. Bye bye.
and thank you the viewers too to being here for a half an hour to listen to us.
Yeah, yeah. And you can go back and check and answer the questions and comments they have posted. So
Definitely,
you
you
can,
send me the YouTube
yeah,
link.
sure.
Thank you,
Take
thank you.
care.